This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, this is Greg House from Green Greg's coming to you on the 9th of March 22. Time on deck is 1300 hours Central Standard Time. My friends, with all this stuff going on in the economy right now, you really need to secure your finances. And given the state of the money, where we think it's going, the dollar is losing value fast as inflation shoots to the roof. High inflation means low dollar value. So you need to protect your money, protect your investments. Well, tonight we have a special way to do that. And I bring in you a special guest from Goldbacks, one of the innovators of this whole thing, Coda. And Coda will tell us about this brand new opportunity to invest in gold through a way that you can spend on a daily basis. Unlike having a chunk or a bar of gold, you can go buy a loaf of bread with this stuff. And it is legal tender already in some states with more to come. And you can still barter for it wherever you're at. You just got to find somebody willing to exchange. So my friends, I do have a website, and you can see that link will be below where you can come purchase through this. And Coda has been generous enough to give us a code, a discount code of top secret discount code. Now, write this down. Don't forget, it's Green Greg's. My channel name, Green Greg's. I know that's tough, but just try to remember it, and it gets you 1% off. When you're buying gold, that's always a good deal. So, Coda, tell us about the Goldback. What is this thing, and tell us why it is so useful today.
Absolutely. One correction in your little intro that you did. I don't work for Goldbacks. We were one of the very first, not very first, but one of the first distributors of the Goldback. And what really, when I first saw the Goldback, what really turned me on to the Goldback is you hear all this news about them wanting to ban cash. And there are some things that I'm sure you would agree, are some things that I always buy with cash, and, ammunition, guns, other things like that I don't necessarily want additional people.
I see a fishing rod behind you there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, his fishing pole too. This is my little adventure van right now.
Hey, a lot of people in this channel are gonna like you. We should do a video on your van. He's got a van he can live in, guys. Go ahead, Coda.
Yeah, this thing, I used to, when I was in California, I didn't want to pay rent, and I lived in my van. I parked by like multi-million-dollar homes on on the hill, and no one ever knew that I was living there. But yeah, the going on to like the Goldback is, I can really see this taking off in if the globalists have their way and ban cash, or make it so that you're hauling around wheelbarrows, just to buy your groceries. I can see this Goldback thing really taking off. And it's just the other day, my wife and we were over at the pediatric dentist, because we thought that my son had a cavity. And when we showed them the Goldback, the dentist's eyes just lit up, and he's like, how do I get on a list to accept these? And right on the spot, he signed up to accept them. And it's just it takes a certain personality to, at the checkout say, hey, will you accept gold? Because you're putting yourself out on a limb, but you will be surprised at how many people are willing to accept this, especially after all this inflation that they're seeing.
Very good, very good. And so these are nicely monetated in various amounts, like 1, 5, just like money. Well, this is money. It's real money. It's not fiat money, but it's not. It doesn't equate. A 1 is not $1. It's almost $4 actually, and it probably will be more, probably 5 or 6 the way the inflation's heading real soon. So and what they do here is they take gold and they vacuum deposit it on, what is the plastic substrate they use?
I just call it polymer, just to make it simple.
It's a plastic substrate, and it's a neat process because it allows them to put an amount of gold that's easily transactable instead of what you see in public use for bars and stuff. You just can't go in with and cut a bar up and buy a loaf of bread, but this stuff you can. So it's spendable and it's flexible. You can put it in your wallet. I'll do a share screen here in a little bit to show you what. In fact, I'll do it right now and show y'all what this stuff looks like. Let me open up my Defy the Grid site that you can go to purchase from me. Give me 1 second and we will do the screen share. Okay, this is my link right here that you will come to. When you click below the link I will show you, this is the link you will come to. And you can see that there's quite a few things in here. And usually what we're selling is the state versions that have agreed for this to be legal tender: Utah, Nevada, New Hampshire. But this stuff's good anywhere. And you can go to other pages in here and you'll find other things, including you can actually buy gold and silver through this site. If you want to buy larger coins, they're available. So, you know, that's not the only thing you can get here. You can get like this Liberty dollar here, nice silver coins. You can get quarters, different things. See, so this gives you a wide selection. But it is defythegrid.com/Goldbacks. And for me, yeah, use my link so I can, you know, it'll give me a little credit here, help my channel, and help you too. So
yeah, and better yet, use the coupon to get a discount off for yourself.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
use my coupon Green Gregs, and you get a % off, and that will add up over time. Because I assume you'll want a fair bit of this. And you can go up here and you can see there's other links. You can click on these things. But so what's really cool, let's go down and look at one of these. So you can see you get a wallet for it if you so choose. Nice little wallet. And I'm almost on page 2. Let me go back to page 1. Ding, ding. And here we are. And if you come in here, you'll see that these are really pretty. They're actually printed on. Beautiful little patterns on them. All kind of stuff to prevent counterfeit. What they got, but they've got gold in them, guys. So, so you can see 1 troy ounce, 24 karat gold, guys, printed out in a bill. So this is actually a coin. It's a flat coin. It's a flexible coin. What an innovation. I love it. It's just beautiful. What an idea. And it comes in, it's very artistic. I like some of these. You got some of the other colors in them, like this one. This is a real pretty one.
I'd have to say that the New Hampshire 10 is probably my favorite. It has like this nice cannon, and just the art is phenomenal in there.
New Hampshire 10. So we're going to go down to New Hampshire. Here's the 10. Come up. Hey, I love cannons. I was a cannoneer in a previous life. There we go. There we are. Look at that, guys. Very artistic, really beautiful. A lot prettier than the junk they give us to spend, right? And it's got real value. I mean, we have fiat money. This actually has gold in it, and it tells you, wait, this is 1/100th of a troy ounce. That's what it is. It tells you what it is, how much gold is in it. It tells you on the surface of it, so you know what the actual gold content is. But now, like most coins, it trades for above the gold content value. Coins typically do that. These are accepted as legal tender in states already for the face values you see on here, and that's what's really cool about it. So
yeah, certain states has the legislation that allows gold and silver to be traded as legal tender. We got to be careful on some states where it's only used as barter. But yeah, it's kind of weird, like how the states have to draft legislation that the Constitution already allows you to have. I mean, in the Constitution, it's very specific. It says, hey, states should not issue currency other than gold and silver.
Oh, there you go. And yet they do all the fiat money.
Yeah, I know.
You can barter this. That's the good thing. See, what I like is I'm really worried that there's a lot of pressure that the government's going to decash. And that means they're going to take away our cash money and try to force us to use electronic means of spending. And it would be an electronic money, like a dollar version of a Bitcoin or something. But if you see what they have in China, and what they want to do is they want to model China's model and have a social media connected Bitcoin. Except the social media won't be Facebook; it'll be the USA government. You know, kind of like what they have in China is they have a social standing, the social credit score, and your credit score goes high if you suck up to the party. the more you are in with the party, the more higher your credit score is. And if you're down, then they can actually take your money from you, or freeze your accounts, lock them out. For those who have a certain flair for the interpretations found in the book of Revelations, you might equate that to something. There's a particular mark mentioned there, if you know what I mean, if you're wise and have eyes and ears. There's something very much dangerously like that referenced in the good book. So, but it gives the government control over your money, and they will know every penny you spend and where you spend. If you buy a toothpick or a piece of bubble gum, they know what you got, what you paid for it, the taxes you spent on, and where you bought it at. So if you go even to a flea market and buy a garden hoe, like I'm often to do, they're going to require you to pay a tax on it. They don't know what you got. And if you buy things like fishing poles or nugs, is what I like to refer to them on my channel. I flip words around, or kibbles to feed nugs, if you know what I mean, nug food.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They're going to know exactly what you got and where you got it. So they don't want any transaction made that they ain't got their finger directly on. And that is frightening. Big Brother will watch every little thing you do, and it will be nosy, and any hacker can get it, and then they can spread it out there, just like now they're doxing people who've contributed to various causes, like the truckers in Canada, or to Trump way back in the last campaign. And then to go, well, let's send this writer group to go attack your house, knock on your door, maybe burn your house down because you contributed to a political cause they don't agree with. It's tyranny. It's nothing short of tyranny, in my humble opinion. So this gives you freedom to do something outside of that system. There's nobody tracking how you spend these on the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't have like an intention on spending it, openly spending it in stores and bartering with it. My wife and I, we actually used to, keep $1,000 underneath our mattress. And then, as I learned about like what inflation was doing to the value of our money, that was about the time when I found the Goldback, and we just started putting Goldbacks under our mattress. And then, we started putting together 72-hour packs. And then I decided, well, you need to have cash inside your 72-hour pack. Why don't we put gold in there? And it's there's kind of a strategy. Let's say if you have 100 ones Goldbacks, that's like 4.3 ounces, which is kind of heavy for an emergency pack. However, I would say probably the fives would be the best value per weight. I forgot exactly how much 50 Goldbacks in fives or 100 Goldbacks in fives actually weighs. And of course, the lightest would be 250s. But again, if you want to buy bread or something like that, it probably wouldn't be. There's not a lot of utility in the 50s compared to the ones, but the ones are actually quite heavy. But then I found out what stores were accepting Goldbacks from. You can go visit goldback.com and you'll see a list of the 300 plus stores here in Utah that accept them. You can also find that list for New Hampshire as well as Nevada and soon to be Wyoming. And in case you want to spend your Goldbacks.
We'll start out to expand it. Maybe we can use my network and my Freedom Restoration Foundation to expand the network of who will accept this. I've got a good friend up in New York who really rallies about this decashing business, so he might be able to push New York. I got contacts in Arizona, here in Alabama, so hopefully we can get the states expanding real fast for those that are willing to accept these as legal tender in the states. And not to mention, the barter prospects. But then again, there's just the stored value. If nothing else, you got the stored value. And if the house does even burn down, the dollars under your mattress will burn up, irrespective of inflation burning up first. But with this, at least the coal will melt into a puddle, and you'll be able to scrape it up and go again.
Yeah, exactly. And you would, when you talked about different states like accepting them, you'd be very surprised to know that California is probably one of the biggest purchasers. Californian citizens are one of the biggest purchasers of Goldback. So it's kind of like, you know, in the they're in the belly of the beast, you know, with all this tyrannical stuff going on in California. Well, a lot of them are purchasing Goldbacks.
Can you blame them?
Yeah.
Me neither. There are people there that have woken up to what they're dealing with, and they're probably their hair's on fire. So a lot of people are leaving California for that reason, but then people always want to seem to escape states that have systems like that, states and
Yeah.
countries. You don't see people pouring into Venezuela. We didn't have people just, you know, the Berlin walls keep people in on the commie side, not the other way around.
Yeah, you have that right.
So that's typically the way it goes. The Iron Curtain was to keep them in that, on that side, not to let them come through the other end. That's the way it goes. People want to go where the freedom's at. They want to go where they got life choices, except for American college students. They somehow got turned upside down around the way, but they'll hopefully when they get out in the world and have to make a living for themselves and say it really operates, they'll wake up.
Yep, exactly.
But unless they're on the left coast and they're totally thoroughly hypnotized and indoctrinated the other way.
Well, luckily, man, luckily I got out of there
Yeah.
before it started getting really crazy.
You escaped from California. Were you in LA?
No, I was actually in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Ah.
I worked for a big company. They wanted everyone to get hypnotized by this jab stuff, and I was working for a client. The client had people wearing like wristbands if they're unjabbed. And you know, I spoke up. I said, hey, that's a bit Nazi-ish, don't you think? And sure enough, they canned me. They get this. They blamed it on poor performance.
Wow.
But 2 weeks previous, they gave me a performance-based bonus of $2,500.
Wow.
And yeah, so obviously it was what I said, but they didn't want the legal liability there. And you know, honestly, like working for myself, I've never been happier than I am now, and my family they've really noticed that and appreciated it too.
It's probably a good thing you got out of there. Yeah, I've got a day job as a NASA contractor, and I had to get a I had to get a religious exemption, and I had to submit it twice to get it granted. And I have to take these tests every week I don't go into the office, strangely enough, and it's just, I think it's pure harassment. I have to take these tests every week, and I've
Good.
never showed positive. So
Good. Is that the one that you spit in? And I would never take one of those ones that you put up your nose.
well, you don't put them all the way up your nose, but you put them about, that far. These don't go all the way up
Uh-huh.
like the ones, the PCR test. Those they poke your brains out. I've had a couple of those, and that's no fun. I don't
Yeah.
need more of them. But I'm still alive. But holy smokes, it's they say that there's only 10% of us where I work that hasn't taken that. It hasn't. Hey, I'm still pure blood. I'm non-GMO. I'm a free range.
Yeah. And honestly, they told me that when I was working for that company in California, they told us that too. But I think that their numbers are inflated just to try to say, hey, well, everyone's doing it. Why don't what's wrong with you?
I'm not one of them that goes along to be everyone. I'm not a lemon, I'm an heirloom man.
Yeah. Yeah. So any more questions you might have about the Goldback? Or I mean, I think one of like the most frequently asked questions is probably how much should I buy?
Yeah.
And one I mean, you really have to find your reasons for buying it. There are some people that want to buy like $10,000, or actually maybe 10,000 Goldbacks. And you know, for them, I'm probably the worst salesman ever. And I tell them, are you sure? Like, if you want to preserve wealth, usually like a gold coin would be pretty good at that. But I don't see myself spending 10,000 Goldbacks in 2 years, you know?
Right. In 2 years though, the way the inflation's going, you're going to be way ahead when you do Goldbacks or coins. So it
Yeah.
depends what you want to store and how you want to store it. At least they are pretty. You got to hand them that.
Mhm.
But if somebody wants to buy coins, or if they want to buy silver or gold, you can get them through my site links. The link will be below. It'd be Defy the Grid. It'd be the Defy the Grid link, and so I've got a description on it, so you can find that. And just remember, you get the great offer of the coupon code, which is, yeah, write it down so you don't forget it, because it's real hard to remember. Green Gregs, one word, like my channel name. Green Gregs. It's all one word in this case. So love that code. It's a good one. All right. Well, Coda, anything else you'd like to say about it? We'll have to do a video one day, just you touring your van.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll do that. I mean, as we were talking beforehand too, I'm kind of like a man of many interests. You know, I used to buy and sell musical instruments, and then, you know, I manufactured my own motorcycle keychain thing that keeps your keys from scratching everything. And
Nice.
I lived off the grid, you know, with my solar powered van.
My viewers love off grid, and the idea of a bug out van, survival van. Yeah, I'm trying to set that up myself. I've got a bus and a van to set up. So and I've got 40 acres in Arizona. I'm planning to set up hopefully this summer if I can get out there. So that's all I'm planning. So this is right.
I mean, sometimes I bite off a little bit more than I can chew. Like right now I'm building my own home, and that's taken up lots of my time, because one, you know, I don't have enough funds to do it, to hire it all out.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
But you know, if you do it yourself, like just the basement concrete, we saved about $50,000 just by doing it myself.
Wow, cool. Well, you're gonna get a lot of thumbs up just for having a fishing pole behind you.
Yeah, I did not plan that one. But it's honestly my favorite pole right there. It's lightweight, it's small. I got it for free, so
I can't beat that.
yeah.
Great
Yeah,
fun.
and my son loves fishing too. He's like 2 years old. Every once in a while I catch a fish. I actually put it on his hook and throw it back out, and just it's so much fun just um watching him figure out that a fish is on there.
Yeah, I think kids are the most beautiful thing in the universe. Kids are wondrous. Just tell you what, when you build that basement, just build it out to be radiation proof with all this stuff coming at us. You might want to get that set up right now. We're in perilous times right now. Just get ready. I've got a bunch of videos on nuclear survival. You might want to check those out.
Yeah, awesome.
Playlist on
Yeah,
that.
we'll do. I'll go ahead and watch those other videos, because I've been, you know, listening to podcasts as I worked.
Yeah.
And you know, I think you mentioned Peak Prosperity Guy
Oh yeah.
on your last video. Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was just lately, he was talking about how to avoid radiation poison and stuff like that. And as I was listening to that, I was thinking, where's the best place in my house to camp out, you know? And you know, should I tinfoil everything, you know?
I show that in my videos. I cover that. I show that. I go through the different types of radiation, how to shield, and even how to build makeshift shelters in your home. So, you know, just briefly, you know, it's tables and chairs and bookshelves. It's mass. So I talk about how much mass you need. So check it out. And hey, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for helping us out with this. I appreciate the code there, Green Gregs. I hope my followers can remember that. So, Coda, take care, and let's do this again in not too distant future. And we'll look at your van, or maybe we'll talk about world events as things get crazy or something like that. So if you got a good world event topic or something, holler at me.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Everyone take care. Check out the link below. This is one way to help preserve some value in crazy times. And one of the things to bear in mind is I am forming this network of survival tribes. We're getting that restarted. And, you know, to have a currency, we're working on comms. So we want to be able to exist and have a thriving society of our very own. You know what I mean? I think it's a great idea. Take care, and God bless. Thanks, Dakota.
See ya.
Greg out.